but sadly the voice acting in these games kind of overshadows a lot of the other things that makes House of the Dead really interesting. This came out in 1998 by Sega. Okay, are we back with audio? Okay, we should be good. House of the Dead 2 by Sega, released in 1998. This game is extremely difficult. In my opinion, it's the hardest House of the Dead game. Before anyone says House of the Dead Scarlet Dawn, I feel like that game is a lot easier than this, and I played that game a lot. For some reason, this game feels a lot less consistent to me, and it's brutal, but I think it is a fun game. We'll talk about the game as I play through it. It's about 30-some minutes if you play through it with cutscenes. I'll try not to talk over the voice acting, because I know people are crazy about the voice acting. Feel free to spam chat with your favorite lines or whatever. I guess we'll get started here. Let me get my start button here. Start button? Okay. That's the start button. Alright, let's start. First chapter.
We're meeting G over there.
So, House of the Dead 2 is a direct sequel to the first game. And hopefully I got my reload button wired up. Get him! This game takes place in 1998. Or, sorry, 2000. The first House of the Dead was in 1998, involving a mansion-wide incident with these enemies which may or may not be zombies. The director of the House of the Dead series refuses to call them zombies and prefers to call them creatures. So these creatures took over a mansion in 1998 from the evil Dr. Curian, and some AMS agents from the government stopped them. Well, 2 years later, looks like they're back. There's our partner G, a character from the first game. Unfortunately, he's sidelined and you're stuck with James Taylor and Gary Stewart, the main characters of this. And for clarification, this is the arcade version, which is my preferred version of House of the Dead 2. There's a few minor changes in sound effects. Also, this version has more gore. You'll see more blood squirting out of enemies. This was not in the home ports. Also, we just start saving hostages. So, just like the first House of the Dead, well, let me start from the beginning. You shoot enemies in the heads and they die. And that's like a #1 rule in House of the Dead. It kills them faster, and it scores the most points, so it's the perfect balance between score and survival. You also save hostages, and they often give you extra lives, and your decisions affect the path you take. Jeez, bloodstains. So I saved the 2 hostages there. I took a route, but if any of them died, I would have gone a different way. So we're gonna fight these guys here. Don't shoot the kid! And you start at 3 lives by default, and the max is 5. If you're at max health and you pick up another first aid kit, you get a bonus point award. There's a lot of secrets in this game, like little point items you'll see. And we'll save more hostages. In terms of scoring, this game is kind of a mess. The headshot scoring system in House of the Dead 2 was changed, so each headshot you make is worth more than the previous one. Also, here's our first boss with the amazing dialogue. You said the thing. So the more headshots you make, the more they're worth. And if you kill an enemy, you can keep shooting their bodies on the ground for more points. And you can actually, if you skillfully shoot their head area when they're dead, you can actually increment the headshot value even more. It kind of breaks the game. You can also shoot the signpost here and increase your accuracy, which is relevant for a kind of another thing. Anyway, this is Judgment. So all the bosses in House of the Dead are named after tarot cards. So it's a total JoJo's reference. The weak point is the little flying guy, and he's a pretty evasive pain in the butt. You can also score 10 points and do chip damage by shooting the big armored guy, Carl. The little guy's name is Zeal. That's the first stage. A concept that I'll kind of quickly go over with this game is rank, which is a property of many arcade games where, like, the better you play, the harder it gets. And this game has rank. It mostly, I think, manifests with bosses, with a particular boss that we'll talk about later. But rank is a thing that's in many arcade games, from shmups to brawlers, and it's in light gun games too. And the way rank increases with the difficulty, it varies between games. Anyway, there's a mysterious Goldman. We'll see more of him later. Second stage. This stage is absolutely convoluted. It has the most amount of branching paths in this whole game. Probably the whole series, too. Also, it has some of my favorite music in the whole franchise. So, we're gonna go through here. The actual setting of this game is inspired by a lot of different Italian cities. They never say where this place is. They never say where this game takes place, but it's... I think it's pretty much been confirmed from some interviews. It's very Venice-like. Sega toured around different places in Italy with their Italian distributor when making this game, and they helped take photos and devise the locations. It's got a nice kind of gothic and rustic vibe to it. Golden frog, and then shoot the key. If you don't shoot the key, you take a different path. And save the kid. If you don't save the kid, you take a different path. And save the dad. If you don't save him, you take a different path. You'll notice a trend in this game. So many different branching paths. If you die, you'll see a route map showing all the paths you didn't take. So we'll keep going here. Headshots are super important in this game. So help up. This game is really weird in which shooting items and revealing them, mostly health ups, you shoot the crate, you reveal the health, but then it has like iframes and you can't immediately shoot it, which is really annoying. This hostage sucks. He's really a pain. Sunset Bridge is just ahead. It's nobody, it's just ahead. Alright. So, closing in on the first boss here. Or second boss, excuse me. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, this game actually keeps track of your accuracy. And when you beat a stage, it shows your accuracy percentage. And you get a certain amount of points based on, like, accuracy thresholds that it falls under. Which is super obscure. I never knew that, but this game has really weird scoring tech. Kind of feels a bit buggier in some ways compared to the first. Now for the second boss.
Amy, Harry, the chaos of the city is increasing. Well, about that.
So the chaos in the city is increasing, so we have to decrease it, apparently. Alright. Ah, man, when I was getting to the organ solo. Man, I love the organ solo. Okay, this is Hierophant. Weak point is the chest when it opens up, showing the cavity inside. Kind of a fish monster. He feels like a fusion between Chariot and Hangman from the first House of the Dead with his boss patterns. And in this part, we'll send fish after you. First 7. Shooting the fish is worth extra points. Then 8. 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So you can skip over it by shooting his weak point, but it's just for points. I shoot the fish. Very much like if you played House of the Dead 1 with Hangman or House of the Dead Scarlet Dawn, it's the same strategy. That was a bit too close for comfort. Really annoying, he jumps in the air like at the very top part of the screen. So if calibration on your local House of the Dead arcade cabinet is not good, you'll have problems with this boss, I think. We're just gonna pop up right. And he should be almost done. There we go. That's Hierophant. And the paths you take in this stage affect the phases that you fight this guy. So I took different paths. I wound up at the Sunset Bridge, and he did the whole thing where he hit in the water and popped up. If you take different paths than what I got, you'll end up at the wharf, and Hierophant does not have that. So the paths you take actually affect some of the boss behaviors, mostly for Hierophant, and I guess to a lesser extent Tower, the third boss. Some lore here, which you can barely hear over the boat and my voice. So this Goldman character was responsible for the original House of the Dead, apparently. So we gotta stop him. That's a very difficult enemy there. Yeah, I'm hanging on. This level's kind of cool because you're mostly in a boat. This hostage.
Thanks for saving me.
Fish and another dude to save. We'll see how this goes. There we go. And the paths you take in the prior level also affect you. Actually, there's 2 starting points to this level. So there's 2 versions of this level basically, and regardless of which version you get a branching path situation like that, where you can save the guy or let him die, and then you'll cross over into the other path, depending on your decision. It's kind of convoluted. The 4th level has a similar kind of property. Alright, where are these guys? These muscle guys are not good. Alright. Save her. She's also kind of difficult to rescue. That's more Halloween enemies. Perfect time for it.
Jane, you go from the underground passage. We'll go this way. Okay.
Okay.
Call you when something happens.
Thanks, Amy. Let's save this guy.
My friends went inside, but they're not back yet. I told them not to go.
Oh no. No. What is it? Let's consult the handy dandy notebook. Tower. Weak points are the open mouths of the serpents. They have random stun animations like that, and sometimes they let you shoot them afterwards a second time if you're lucky. Then just the blue serpent left. It's just 2 shots to the mouth for each phase. I think in the beta version of this game, Tower had a different name. It was like a Greek name. The name escapes me. It was a constellation that was like serpent-like. Alright, that's Tower. The tower has fallen down. Oh, Amy called us. I'd like to do a commentary. It's just like everyone wants to hear the voice acting, probably.
What happened, Amy?
What happened, Amy? I never noticed her phone says gold. Like, Goldman? So yeah, 66% accuracy. Not too bad.
All we need to do is wait.
All we need to do is wait.
What happened to Amy and Harry?
Alright, 4th level.
We have to hurry.
Which also has... This is the last stage to have branching paths. So this, just like the 3rd chapter, the 4th will start with 2 different starting points based on the paths you took in the prior level. So we've got our bats here again.
Don't kill me!
You can headshot that creature holding the guy in the headlock. Is extremely difficult. Risky, I guess. Save that dude. Texture problem where his head is like highlighted as if the flashlight is on. It's kind of a oversight that was fixed in the Wii version, I believe. And this is kind of a cool stage, but it's really short. You got these these creatures holding swords. You've got these lizard guys. You've got the creatures with the armored masks. This level introduces like 3 or 4 new enemies, and they never appear again. I kind of wish this level was longer. I really like it. The grittiness of these stages and the kind of rusticness, I guess, of the city, I think is one of the things that works in House of the Dead 2's favor. Is this the Colosseum? Uh-oh.
People of the AMS, I am Goldman. I don't care if you people try to get in my way or not. In time you'll find out who's right. This is a present from me to you. Look at your left.
Alright, I'll look to my left. Oh no. Oh god.
Amy! Harry!
Well, friends, I look forward to meeting you people again.
And that was the switching off the Goldman channel here. Oh god, the voice acting. Alright, strength. Weak point is the head. He's tough to shoot. So this is where I throw accuracy out the window. I just shoot really quickly in the head and hope I hit him. Strength is really mean. And I think this is actually the favorite boss of the director of House of the Dead, Takashi Oda. He mentioned he was really proud with how the team managed to convey the feeling of getting chased. To their credit, I think they did a great job with it. Alright. Alright, that's strength. Yeah, he can sometimes throw hatchets if you let him do it. But it's an attack he doesn't do too much. No! James! Some Jedi mind trick action there. What the hell? He's there! Go, James! I love how James sounds so cheerful. He's like, thanks, Harry. His friend's like just mortally wounded or whatever. And James is like, thanks, Harry. Yeah. Also, there's a glitch where you can shoot and have the HUD update. Alright. So this is where the game gets very, very hard. I'll try my best to do commentary, but these levels are... The difficulty of this game just goes right through the roof in these stages. Right down to these enemies. These muscle guys are very frightening. Oh, holy crap, they are. Two. They have a quick punch that's very difficult to avoid. And there's a really nasty muscle. There's 3 nasty muscle enemies coming up here. I'll probably take damage to them. They're very, very hard to stop. And my gun doesn't actually shoot fast enough to stop them, I think. Alright, boss refight. Go, Carl. So you kind of, I feel like Sega just wanted to fatigue players here because there's like 3 boss refights you fight in the next 2 stages, and yeah. So Judgment again, its behavior's not changed. It's doing chip damage. Alright, and then just flying dude. And I got the quick kill, so if you're fast enough and can shoot him when he's about to change flight patterns, you can actually kill him faster. This part absolutely sucks. So, we'll see how this goes. I knew. Okay, 1 hit. Not too terribly bad. So, you fight a muscle guy. His head is off screen, you have to shoot his chest, and shooting enemies below the head, they're just bullet sponges. But you're kind of forced in that situation to do that. The other 2 guys you can headshot, I was just too slow here. Also, if you're skillful enough, you can actually... I didn't get it there. You can actually shoot Hierophant's weak point when he's about to jump up, and you'll stop him from attacking. I didn't get it there, that's fine. And he's low on health. Oh man. Oh, come on. Okay, now he's dead. The good news is that with Hierophant, he doesn't have the fish, so it's a quicker fight. If you played House of the Dead 4, these set pieces will be very familiar with you. God. These nasty, nasty enemies. You want to get rid of them as fast as possible. Those guys, if you shoot their chests, a parasite comes out and you have to deal with that. So headshots just kill them in one go. Alright. Let's go. This part sucks. Prepare yourself, Goldman. So it's a bit lower scoring because I didn't get headshots, but in general in this game, only 1 enemy can attack at once. So the others kind of just wait around for their turn. So you can take advantage of the other enemies waiting for the parasite guys to come out. Anyway, recognize this guy? He is back. One of the best boss fights ever. One of the best boss fight themes, I should say. Magician, he's hard. So I'm gonna focus here and we'll see how it goes. Okay. Okay, light phase again. Weak points are the pulsating organs. Alright, and then final phase. It's fine. We'll do his flight. Final phase. There we go. That's Magician. So, Magician is weird in that he'll actually fly faster if you're playing really good. Also, where is it? Right there in the background is actually James's model that they forgot to deload from the prior cutscene, so he's just standing in the back. A blink and you miss it detail. Magician flies faster the better you play, also final stage. You can tell by the color of his after images. So when Magician's after images are white, he's actually moving at high speed. And if he manages to hit you, he'll move slower. It's a really weird thing.
It's like they're inviting me in.
Another iconic line, which no doubt gets echoed in House of the Dead 4 and 5. So this is the final stage. We've made it to Goldman's headquarters. Man, I haven't really talked about the story in this game too much. Gotta stop Goldman here. He's the one responsible for creating all these things. And these cybernetic ones are easily the mightiest enemies and the scariest ones in the game. This part really, really blows. Got through it. Headshots are just very key. Just killing enemies quickly with the headshots are so important. So we're gonna make our way through Goldman's building here. There is a life up coming up. And also, we saved all the hostages, so that'll be relevant hopefully soon. That's a very, very BS enemy. Get the help up. Alright.
What is this place?
What is this place? Alright. And now for another boss refight. This game hasn't had enough boss refights, right? Tower again. And it's a pretty quick finishing of Tower. The good news is that you don't have to deal with the blue serpent. It doesn't quickly go off. Alright. Final hallway. It is important that you try to quickly headshot these enemies. You can just get through it and... Alright, and then we're gonna make this guy dance. I love doing that. Don't shoot the mushroom. Yeah, the mushroom actually makes you lose 400 points. Kind of a weird thing. Anyway, what better way to start off a final boss fight than with one of the most infamous cutscenes in gaming history.
Friends. Goldman, do you know what you're doing?
I'm fully aware of what I'm doing. Can't you see? Man committed a sin, disturbing the life cycle of nature. The original sin that man is responsible to.
Get ready for it.
To protect the life cycle.
He said the thing!
I have made a creature to rule over mankind. This is the final battle. Show yourself.
God.
Our new ruler, the Emperor.
The Emperor! And a wall texture that looks like someone sticking their tongue at you. Alright, final boss. We'll see how this goes. I shall destroy and hate mankind in that order. The Emperor. Alright, final boss. Weak point is unknown, but it's just a little red spinning thing. Type Alpha, that's actually relevant for House of the Dead 4. Let's see how this boss fight goes. Okay. So first phase, balls of steel. Actually dodge that attack. It's a pretty difficult attack to dodge. Alright, and then this phase, the second phase here, he'll send bosses after you. And you gotta shoot the right weak point. Alright, and then final phase. If you do a lot of damage on him quickly, you'll get to the final phase faster, and I just gotta shoot the little red thing. Come on. Come on. There we go. 1 CC. That was like only one hit in the whole game. That was really good. That feels really good considering the heartbreak 1 CC loss on Carnival. I really wanted that. I really, really wanted that.
Is that all you have to say?
All right.
In time, A successor will come. Farewell, friend.
In time for a great ending. With some great music from Tetsuya Kawaguchi. I believe that's his name. That's a good run. I'll take it.
It's finally over. Goldman, I don't care if a successor comes or not. I'll go on fighting. As long as we have the will to live. Goodbye, Goldman.
Just notice now that looks like there's a face in the clouds. Anyway, yeah, that's House of the Dead 2. Pretty solid game. Very difficult. I do actually own the arcade hardware for this game. I've never been able to wire it up, but hopefully one day I can play this on actual hardware in the comfort of my home. But a pretty solid game. This is the most popular House of the Dead, arguably. It spawned tons of spin-offs, including the Typing of the Dead. Everyone knows it for the bad voice acting and the memorable boss designs, and it's a great franchise from Sega for the most part, and I highly recommend it. And in general, go to your local arcade, play light gun games. It's a fun genre, which is a genre that's kind of been underrepresented, especially with technological changes over the years. But it's a good one, and if the words of the director of this game are to be believed, there will be more House of the Deads in the future. There is a remake of this game in development, but it's by the people who made the first remake, and I didn't like the first remake, so I don't recommend it. Anyway, good ending.
Rogan!
G and Harry are all right. Let's leave the rest to them.
Thomas Rogan!
On we go. To our next
A
battle.
character from House of the Dead 1 just appears randomly.
As long as we have the will to live.
Yeah, hopefully the remake for this will be good, but I'm not holding my breath. I'll stick with the originals. But yeah, that's the best ending. There's some other endings based on your performance. 111,000! I'll take that. And that's a 1 credit clear. With the last digit of my score being a 0. That kind of... Every time you die and continue, it adds +1 to the end of your score. It's kind of... So, with the last digit of 0, it's a 1 credit clear. And yes, I've played this game a lot. Fun game. Great franchise. I want to give a big shout out to RGL for having me on this marathon. It's my first ever marathon, and hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned. We've got more light gun action coming up with more... I'm losing my train of thought. I'm super tired. I've got work tomorrow. From Electropunk, there we go. So keep playing light gun games. Enjoy the rest of your Halloween season, everyone. Thanks for having me. Oh yeah, and I have a YouTube channel called Light Gun Liturgy. I do videos for these games if anyone's interested. But yeah, thanks for having me. And have a safe and happy Halloween season. I'll be signing off here. Take care, guys.